Good enough for Detroit, Jay.
Hey, I love and appreciate you guys.
Detroit, we need to talk. Because behind the scenes of your favorite Lions media world, something big just went down, and it did not stay behind closed doors for long. A well-known voice in the Lions content space just dropped a massive update, and buried inside, it is everything from a stunning personal confession, to a road trip hit list, to a not-so-subtle warning shot fired at a rival Detroit sports outlet. Welcome back to Detroit Scope, the channel that keeps you plugged into everything Honolulu Blue, and today we're unpacking one of the wildest welcome back videos we've seen all offseason. Let's set the scene. Training camp is finally here. The rookies reported over the weekend. The veterans roll in on Tuesday. And after a 2025 season that took Lions fans on an emotional roller coaster, a season full of highs, brutal lows, and a heartbreaking fall short of the ultimate goal, the countdown to the 2026 Super Bowl chase has officially begun. And apparently, so has the return of one of the more colorful voices in the Lions media space, who just came back from a break to get his mind right, his body right, and his spirit right. Dramatic? Maybe. Necessary? Absolutely, because what followed was a full-blown State of the Union address for Lions media watchers everywhere. First, the confession that had jaws on the floor. For the very first time in years of covering this team, this creator admitted he has officially become a season ticket holder. Yes, you heard that right. After years of watching from the outside, he's paying the monthly fee and sitting in the 300 level at Ford Field. And here's the kicker. He's not just excited about the games, he's excited about paying for the privilege. Look, we've all been there. Once Lions fever gets you, it gets you good. But turning fandom into a monthly subscription plan? That's next level commitment, and fans in the comments are already having a field day with it. But here's where it gets interesting for anyone hoping to score a ticket off him. Because he's holding 6 tickets total across the season, including 1 preseason game, and he's on the hunt for guests to fill that extra seat almost every home game. The Thanksgiving tickets? Already spoken for. The Jets game? Likely gone too. But if you're a Lions fan in the Detroit area hoping to catch a game with a bit of local media flavor sitting next to you, keep your eyes peeled because apparently there's still a shot at snagging that empty seat throughout the year. Now let's talk road trips, because this is where the plan gets ambitious. He's already committed to hitting up Cincinnati for the preseason opener against the Bengals. Paycor Stadium, primetime, first live look at the 2026 squad. That means, fair warning Lions fans, there will be no live watch party on the main channel that night because he'll be there in person soaking it all in. As for the regular season, 3 cities made the wish list: Buffalo, Miami, and Atlanta. Buffalo is the #1 priority. He's even putting out an open call, practically begging any season ticket holders out there who can't make that trip to reach out and sell their seats. Miami is next on the list, though he's already sweating about the heat, planning to hide in the shade rather than roast under the South Florida sun. And then there's Atlanta, mainly because he wants to see the inside of Mercedes-Benz Stadium with his own eyes. But the story that might hit closest to home for Lions fans everywhere involves Minnesota. He was fully planning to make that trip, until his wife dropped the news that the Minnesota game weekend lines up with the release of a certain highly anticipated Avengers movie she's dying to see. Picture the scene. He's staring down a Lions road game. She's staring down superhero popcorn glory, and now he's stuck wondering whether to ditch football for a date night at the theater. It's the kind of relatable domestic drama that makes you go, yeah, that tracks. As for Chicago, hard pass. He says he got frostbite as a kid, and there's no way he's freezing at Soldier Field in January, no matter how great the last days of the stadium moment might be. Now here's where things shift from ticket talk to genuinely big news for anyone who follows Lions media closely. This creator revealed he's expanding big time. On top of the main channel, he's reviving an old, dormant channel to specifically live stream Lions games he can't attend in person, plus other NFL and college football content. He's also teasing a possible pivot into vlogging. Cameras rolling from a moment he steps foot in the stadium parking lot to the final buzzer, giving fans an all-access, behind-the-scenes look most Lions content creators simply don't offer. Whether that vlog content stays on the main channel or spins off into its own thing depends entirely on how fans respond. So if you're the type who loves that raw, in-the-moment football content, this is your sign to make some noise in the comments and tell him to keep it coming. There's also a nightcap show returning to the network, targeting a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, aiming for guests, laughs, and late-night Lions talk. And it may be the most vulnerable moment of the entire update. He admitted something a lot of solo creators rarely say out loud. He's just one man, and he can't keep doing all of this alone. He's actively looking for studio space, hinting at a future where, if fan support allows, he could build out a full legitimate show with real production value, real guests, and a real set. He even floated the idea of some kind of fan-funded support system to make that dream happen, and he wants honest feedback on whether the audience would actually back that kind of move. Now, no Detroit Lions media roundup would be complete without a little drama, and this update did not disappoint. There's clearly been some tension boiling under the surface involving a well-known Detroit sports media outlet, one that, according to him, left a sour taste in a lot of creators' mouths over how it treated talent when it first launched. He was careful to say it wasn't a direct insult, especially since that outlet now has new ownership, but the history still lingers. And then there's the twist. He made a point to publicly clear the air with another rival outlet, saying flat out that despite some outside noise trying to stir up beef between them, they talk behind the scenes and are on good terms, with a possible collaboration even in the works. He didn't hold back, calling out whoever's been trying to manufacture drama between Detroit sports creators right before the season starts, calling it exactly what it is: messy, unnecessary, and honestly kind of diabolical. And then came the part of the video that felt less like Lions talk and more like a personal manifesto. Turning 47 this year, he openly admitted he's entering his grumpy old man era, and he means that in the most unapologetic way possible. His patience for misleading headlines, exaggerated hot takes, and outright clickbait in the Lions media space, completely gone. He made it clear he's done holding back opinions just to keep the peace, framing it not as beef, but as accountability. If you're the type of Lions fan who's tired of manufactured outrage and wants straight talk instead, this may have been the most important 5 minutes of the whole video. He also got real about the business side of things, admitting that growth has slowed across the board for a lot of creators in this space. A stark contrast to previous off-seasons when Lions hype alone was enough to fuel serious channel growth. He pointed to a tougher season emotionally, watching the team regress in certain areas as a factor that sapped some of the energy out of the fan base and, by extension, out of the content built around it. But he also expressed real hope, saying it looks like the front office and coaching staff have learned real lessons from last year's disappointments. And that leads to maybe the biggest storyline buried inside this whole update: the ticking clock hanging over the front office. This is year 6 of the current regime, and by his read, there's only one season left before serious questions arise about extensions. His blunt prediction: the general manager is more likely to be shown the door before the head coach if this season doesn't deliver real results, and real results means, at an absolute minimum, an NFC championship appearance, a Super Bowl trip, locks, and extensions. An actual Super Bowl win, in his words, makes them untouchable, legends who could get handed a contract for the next 50 years and nobody would blink. But fall short again, and 2026 could be the year serious change comes to Detroit's front office and coaching staff both. So there you have it, Lions fans, a jam-packed update wrapped in humor, honesty, and a whole lot of Honolulu blue passion. Season tickets, road trip dreams, vlogging plans, studio space hopes, buried media beef, and a brutally honest read on just how high stakes this season really is for the men running the show. Whether you agree with every take or not, one thing is clear: the Lions media world is gearing up right alongside the team, and this season might be as pivotal for the people covering the Lions as it is for the players wearing the jersey. Now here's where you come in. Detroit Scope is on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers, and honestly, we're so close. We just need a little push from you. If this video kept you entertained, informed, or even just made you laugh at the Avengers versus football dilemma, do us a solid. Hit that subscribe button right now, smash the like button, and drop a comment telling us what part of this story surprised you the most. Did you know about the season ticket reveal? Are you Team Buffalo or Team Miami for the road trip? And most importantly, are you ready for this Detroit Lions season? Thanks for riding with Detroit Scope. Stay locked in, stay loud, and as always, go Lions.